everybody. Today we're going to be doing the Say Hello 1 set lesson. Again, it's the same two topics that we covered in the last video, which is greetings to a person you see regularly and responding to negative replies. So, let's go ahead and go over our vocabulary and expressions today. Today we're going to add intensifiers to our conversation. Intensifiers are words that strengthen or enhance a condition or adjectives. So right here, there's like a few of them. We've got pretty. Pretty's got two meanings, like physically attractive, but it also means it also intensifies an adjective as well. And then super, it's another intensifier. And then fairly, which is not super, but kind of in the middle. So when someone asks you, how are you? I'm good. So it means the person is good. Now if the person says, I'm pretty good, or I'm super good, it means they are very, very good. It means they're super good. And that's actually another intensifier, very. So, I'm pretty good, I'm very good. So it makes the word good even stronger. Now if a person said, I'm fairly good, it kind of means they're pretty much saying, I'm okay. So it's the same thing. I'm fairly good, I'm okay. So they almost kind of hold the same meaning with each other. So those are our intensifiers. Now, we've got a very long list of expressions here. Expressions that are commonly used with, greetings for a person you may see on a regular basis, or greetings, or just responses to kind of people that are feeling bad or not feeling good. So let's just go over a few of these. The first expression we've got is I can't complain. Can't, or you can say can't complain. The I is optional. So someone asks you, how are you doing? Can't complain. So when you say can't complain, the word complain means to dwell, to talk about things, to talk about negative things, to concentrate on negative things. So when a person uses the negative version of the modal verb can, they're saying can't complain, it means there's nothing to complain about. Everything is good. So this would be a very positive response. How are you doing? Can't complain. How's it going? Can't complain. How are you? Can't complain. How's your day going? Can't complain. So again, it's a positive response to a question, and it just means there's nothing to complain about. Everything's good. Everything's wonderful. Okay, now next we've got it's good talking to you, or it's good talking to you too. You have a conversation with somebody that you see regularly. You're having a conversation. How are you? I'm good. How about yourself? I'm good too. Yeah, it's good talking to you. Good talking to you too. It's kind of a conversation closer. So before you're getting ready to leave that person, you say, it's good talking to you. And again, you can use the person's name. So it's good talking to you, Joe. It's good talking to you, Joe, to really personalize it. But yeah, it's good talking to you is a polite way to kind of end a conversation and go about your day. Next one this is an idiom, a little under the weather, or under the weather. Under the weather is an idiom which means I'm sick. I'm not feeling good. So, how are you? I'm under the weather. I'm a little under the weather. So under the weather it typically means sick, but it can also mean maybe I'm tired, or I'm just stressed, or I'm just busy, and my condition is not good. So a lot of people use this. If some people say if they use a little under the weather, it means they're not too terrible. They're not too terrible, but they're not really good either. They're just a little bit sad or a little bit sick. Maybe they have a throat ache or something. So just a little under the weather. Now if someone says I'm under the weather, that just typically means they're just not feeling good at all. Now, we've also got an expression. This is an expression that we use for negative replies. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. This is a sympathetic response or reply. How are you? I'm under the weather. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You're apologizing for the person's condition. You feel bad for them. So it's a very sympathetic kind of response to a negative reply. I hope you feel better soon. This is you saying to a person that may not be feeling good, who may be sick or under the weather, you'll tell them, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon. So how are you? I'm under the weather. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon. Now, a person will typically answer with, I appreciate your concern. I appreciate that. Appreciate is a word that it's a verb that expresses gratitude. So if someone says, Joe, I hope you feel better. I appreciate that, or I appreciate your concern. It's a way for me to let them know, to let the speaker know that I'm grateful for their concern. I'm happy that they're concerned. It makes me feel a little bit better to know other people are concerned about me. I've had better days. Again, this is kind of a negative response. I've had better days. How are you? I've had better days. So in the past, it means you had days that are much better than the day today. Is there anything I can do to help? So if someone says, I ask you, how are you? And you say, I'm stressed, I'm busy, I'm so busy, I'm very busy, I'm super busy. A lot of times I may ask them, and this also applies to people who are stressed, is there anything I can do to help? To help is optional. So I'm asking this person, is there anything I can do to help you with your condition? Anything I can do. Can I help you finish some of your work, or can I get you some medicine if you're not feeling good? Typically people ask this when a person is just not in a good condition. Now, this here is usually always answered. This is a question. The reply to this question is usually, I'll be okay. I'll be alright. I'll be fine. Or they'll just say, I'll manage. I will get through it. I will get through this. So typically that's how this question is going to be answered. If it's not answered that way, a person may ask you a favor to help them do something, but normally it's always answered with a variation of this, and usually, thank you, I appreciate your concern, thank you for your concern. Okay, so let's get on to the first part, which is greetings to a person you see regularly. This is going to be the easier conversation. So we've got hi, hello, hey, name. Okay, so remember, hi and hello, these are standard greetings. Hey is going to be a little bit more informal with friends. So, hi Joe. Hi Joe, how are you? How are you doing? Or how's it going? And then the person could answer, I'm doing pretty. We're going to add pretty, the intensifier. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty great. So, or I'm pretty good. I'm pretty happy. Or I'm happy. So again, these are optional. All of these are optional. Again, too, how are you doing? You can just answer pretty good or doing good. So remember, there's so many different patterns. There's so many different ways to answer these questions. Now, how about yourself? So the last lesson we just said yourself, and that's fine. It's a variation of hello, how are you? I'm fine. And you. So it's just like yourself. So how about yourself? This is just the completed version of yourself. How about yourself? Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. So let's remember, this person says, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? This person, let's say they're good too. I'm doing pretty good myself. Or I'm doing pretty good too. So myself is an objective pronoun, but it kind of has the same function as to. Just means in addition to. How are you? I'm good. How about yourself? I'm good too, or I'm good myself. So, again, next question here. How's your day going? Again, a lot of greetings or small talk among people that you see regularly. How's your day going? Good. It's going good. Going good. It's good. So many different patterns. And then again, we got the how about your day? How about? So when we're using the how about questions, we're throwing the question back to you. It's like a game of tennis. I'm hitting the ball back to you. How about your day? Going good. Going good. It's good. It's going good. So many varying answers. And then, this is one of our new expressions for today. It's good talking to you. You don't always need the it's. You can say, good talking to you. And then the person will answer, good talking to you too. It's good talking to you too. So remember, it's is optional. Different ways you can say this. So we got, it's good talking to you. You can use another positive adjective like nice. It's nice talking to you. Great talking to you. Wonderful talking to you. Now be careful with wonderful, because the conversation would have to be really super. It'd have to be just a super great conversation. But typically people say good talking to you, or nice talking to you, or great talking to you. And remember, you don't always need to use it's. It's good talking to you, good talking to you. Same. Okay, so now let's get on to the negative responses. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated. We've got the same couple of lines here. So, hi, hello, hey, name. How are you doing? Then the person's going to have a negative condition today. So let's say I'm doing, what do we got here? I'm doing bad. I'm not too good. So it's going to be a negative condition. So let's use one of our negative conditions here. So we've got a little under the weather. So let's say the person is sick today. We can't say I'm doing sick, because sick is an adjective, not an adverb. So we're going to use one of our negative expressions, a little under the weather. So right here you want to say I'm a little under the weather. I'm a little under the weather, so the person may be a little sick. So of course the first response you're going to give is, oh no, you've got to express concern. Oh no, what's wrong? And since under the weather kind of carries a connotation of someone being ill or being sick, it's usually going to be, we probably want to use the condition of sick or ill. In this case, let's just use sick. So they can say, I'm feeling sick. They can say, I'm sick or feeling sick. Any of those responses are okay. So I'm a little under the weather. Oh no, what's wrong? I'm feeling sick. Now, the first reply you're going to give is, I'm sorry to hear that. This expresses sympathy to the person's condition. The person is sick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't like to hear that. So I'm sorry to hear that. Now, given the person's condition, we'll let you know how to respond to them. So typically with a person who is ill or sick, you want to say, I hope you feel better soon. I hope you feel better soon. How are you? I'm a little under the weather. Oh no, what's wrong? Feeling sick. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon. So again, this is when we're replying to negative responses, we want to make sure that we are expressing sympathy for the person's condition. So a person who is ill, normally this is what people say, I hope you feel better soon. Now, let's say, let's go back up to the top here. How are you doing? Let's say this. We're going to use the expression here for I've had better days. So a negative reply, I've had better days. So this means a person has had better days in the past. Today's not a good day, but maybe yesterday or the day before that, maybe those were great days, but today is a bad day. So I've had better days. This is a very negative response, and it's going to be the same kind of pattern. Oh no, what's wrong? And then, you can say, I'm feeling sick. You've obviously had better days. Today you're sick. Maybe yesterday you were not. In this case, though, we're going to say this. Let's use an intensifier. Let's use super. I'm super. What's a negative condition? Stressed out. I'm super stressed. Let's put an exclamation on that because super is a big word. I'm super stressed. So when someone says I'm super stressed, what you're going to say is probably not so much I hope you feel better soon, because typically this is for people who are ill or sick. So we may not want to use that expression, but to a person who is stressed, we know they're stressed out. They've probably got many things going on. So we want to know if there's a way that we can help them. So we may ask them this question to show concern. Is there anything I can do to help? So is there anything I can do? Or is there anything I can do to help? So either variation's okay. Now, as I said earlier, when you ask this question, most people respond with No, I'll be okay. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. You know, they're usually gonna answer with a no statement. Some people, though, they may answer with a positive statement. They say, yeah, could you help me with this? But normally it's answered with an I'll be alright, and it's typically answered with thank you, I'll manage. Thank you, I'll manage. I'll get through it. I'll be okay. But they will also probably tell you, I appreciate your concern. I appreciate your concern. So they're letting you know that they are grateful for your concern. Now let's say the person is sick. I hope you feel better soon. I'm feeling sick. I hope you feel better soon. So, typically what the person will probably say is, thank you. I appreciate your concern, or I appreciate that. So, very interchangeable. So, that is our lesson for today. And now let's go ahead and jump into some grammar. Okay, this is the grammar for say hello set. Really just a little bit of grammar today, and it's myself. This is an objective pronoun, but in the context of this lesson, just think of it as the adverb to, or as well, or also. So someone asked you, how are you? We've learned intensifiers today, so let's say I'm pretty great. I'm pretty great. I'm pretty great. How about yourself? Now, pretty great, that probably means that you're super great, because great's already a very strong word. So I'm pretty great. The person must be very super today. So how about yourself? So, a couple of ways a person can answer this is, I'm great. I'm great. And they can say too, or as well. Or they can also say, I'm great myself. I'm great myself. So I'm pretty great. How about yourself? I'm great too. I'm great as well. I'm great myself. Or they can also add in pretty great too. I'm pretty great as well. I'm pretty great myself. So just as long as the two different replies here kind of have the word great in them, you can use myself or as well or to. And that is it for the grammar today. So thank you for listening.